I'm a voice for people who can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just the only one got the nuts to speak in this industry because everybody else is ran by, you know, the industry. I gotta speak up because, you know, as far as straight people in the world, you don't have an opinion on sexuality. Everything is harm. If you say anything, I'm straight, I like women, it's vulgar to. I ain't picking with nobody.
Yes,
like I don't have.
Leave people alone, Boosie.
I don't have.
They not bothering you.
Hey, look.
Right. So I want to ask you this because you do have gay people in your life. Do you feel like it is important to have that representation, though? Because there are people who are just gay in this world. That's who they are, and that's how they identify. And so to be able to see yourself represented on TV, because for a child who knows that they're gay, because for a child who knows that they're gay, because for a child who knows that they're gay, because for a child who knows that they're gay.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, Little Boosie, I'm on your head, homie. Breakfast Club, I'm on your motherfucking head, man. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to Lil Boosie. You know, I appreciate you standing on your square, my G, staying 10 toes down. Not bending, not breaking, not folding. You understand what I'm saying? Not letting these interviewers change your opinion or your outlook on life. You feel what I'm saying? Saying what you mean and meaning what you say at all times. I appreciate that, Boosie. Salute to you. This is grown man business. You feel me? And secondly, I want to say, you know, this is just my personal opinion, but I believe that Charlamagne the God is a bisexual male. I believe that he likes men and women. Being as though he's married, he already has a female in his life, he's definitely into men. And, you know, Charlamagne, man, you know, in this day and age, man, you could be honest with yourself. You could be honest with your viewers. You could be honest with your fans. You feel me? You know, come on up out the closet, dog. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But you already a foot out the closet and a foot in. You know what I mean? You might as well go ahead and come out fully. You feel me? You are definitely a homosexual. Respectfully. Now, let's get into a couple of things, man. They talked about a lot in this interview. They talked about a lot. They definitely did. But I want to just home in on a couple spots. Like I said, you know, first I want to, you know, Angela Yee, she said something about representation, right? And that was kind of weird for me because, you know, she said, what about kids growing up that already know that they're gay and needing representation? You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, Lil Nas X dancing butt-ass naked on a stage or in his video with a bunch of other butt-naked men, right, is no representation for a child. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if the child knows, you know, no representation for a child, period. I'm not even gonna, you know what I'm saying, period. You understand what I'm saying? So that was kind of weird for me when she said that, like, you know, that's definitely not the representation if that is the case. A grown-ass man butt naked in a jail with 8 other grown-ass men that's butt naked dancing around and making jail look fun. Or on a stage doing that in an award show. You know, you know, that kind of threw me off, right? But let's just say this, right? One thing that I think, you know, my opinion is, you know, how can a child necessarily know that they're gay? Like, how is a sexuality being pressed on children? You understand? When you a child, man, you know, especially for males, your brain doesn't fully develop to about like 25. You feel what I'm saying? So how do you know what you are? If you've never had sex, if you're 10 years old and you're saying you're gay, how do you know that if you've never even been with a woman? You're not even old enough to even be thinking about a sexuality yet or identifying with a sexuality. How does a child identify with the sexuality? That to me, you know, if someone could educate me on that, because that shit sounds real pedophile type. It don't mix. Sexuality and children never mixed to me. You know what I'm saying? So if someone can explain that to me. You know, another thing was like, you know, Charlamagne, he was speaking on the violence. You know, he said hip hop has already, you know, promoted violence against women. You know, don't you, you know, we've been doing this for years. But this is what you know, one thing hip hop never promoted was homosexuality. So if we talking about the culture and we talking about the root of the culture, which is the South Bronx, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the whole blocks was knocked down, abandoned buildings, A lot of drugs, heroin, crack, everything out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of poverty is what birthed hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop was birthed in the midst of all that poverty. So it was very aggressive. You understand me? It's a combat sport, very competitive. You understand me? That's where hip hop comes from, the origin, right? And then as it grew, you know, it just became a way to, it was, shout out to Capone and Noriega. It was like a war report. You understand? We were just reporting the environment we were coming up in. And just so happened that environment was highly aggressive, very violent towards everybody. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the actual origin of hip hop. You didn't see any homosexuality being promoted through that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, when you talk about the culture, when you talk about hip hop, you know what I'm saying? You need, you know, this is a subgenre which you guys are in. Lil Nas X, Tekashi 6ix9ine. A lot of artists, they're not really hip hop. They're not hip hop artists. It's some subgenre. They need to get a name for it, and they need to separate it from hip hop, because it is definitely not hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, again, the representation that Lil Nas presents is not hip hop. You understand? So, and that's why I feel like it's not mixing. It's like water and oil. You're trying to mix water and oil and make it one, and it's just not going to mix. You know, it was a very standout interview for me, because again, you know, when it comes, and let me say this too, you know, it's just not about homosexuals. You understand? Because I don't like the homosexual community acting like they're being victimized or they're being discriminated against. You understand? This goes for heterosexuals as well. Let me give you a few names. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Me personally, I don't like my daughter listening to any of their music, even when it's on the radio. I don't want my daughters looking at any of their videos. Any of them. The WAP video, you know, amongst a few others. You know, you got the WAP video, the songs on the radio, you can still understand what they're saying, even with the words blurred out. It's so vulgar. It is not for children, period. You know what I'm saying? And they're not homosexuals, right? Let me say, Megan Thee Stallion. I do not like my daughters listening to her music. Hand on your knees, shaking ass like some thought shit or something like that, right? You know, no matter how you word it, I don't like my daughters engaging in that. That shit is not for children, period. So I just wanted to, you know, give that example so that the homosexual community is not saying, hey, he's discriminating, or they are discriminating against us and what we like. Whatever you like, that shit is for adults, period. Whatever Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, hand on your knees, shaking ass to some thought shit, that is for adults. That should be kept far away from children. Far away from children, right? Now, let me dig in a little bit further, right? Lil Nas X, you know what I'm saying? He started out with Old Town Road. You feel what I'm saying? That song did like crazy numbers, right? And the majority of the people that sung that song was children. Little kids. You seen them running around singing that song. I'm gonna take my on the Old Town Road. Ride till like, you know the song, right? You got to understand the agenda, the plot, the plan behind that. They reeled in all those children just for him to come out as gay and start making videos butt-ass naked. Now, mind you, if a kid wants to see the Old Town Road video and he goes on YouTube and he types in Old Town Road or Lil Nas X, you got to know that last video of him being butt-ass naked with those men in that jail is one of the videos that pop up. You understand? So Boosie is not lying when he says, you know, they pushing it on the children. It's a whole lineup. It's a whole agenda that y'all seem to be missing because y'all are victimizing homosexual people. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very serious. The only people I saw singing that song, the only people that I saw, you know, making that song go diamond were children. And now these same children click on YouTube and can see that same artist butt naked in a jail, dancing with a bunch of other. Come on, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And then what you notice, what I noticed in the Breakfast Club interview, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stay on this too long, but when Boosie was expressing this, right? All they were trying to do was persuade him to think another way. Don't think like that, Boosie. No, Boosie, no. Well, I don't understand your logic, Boosie. It don't matter if you understand it or not. You don't understand it, Charlamagne the God, because this is grown man business. And like I said, man, you are definitely a bisexual. There's no way for you to understand the logic. And I want to give y'all some game, man. When you a king, right? The jester and the peasants can't change your thoughts, your ideology. They can't change how you think. And see that this is the thing why they want to change the way Boosie thinks. Because once you change the king's train of thought, his children will follow. And then that's how you change the narrative in a couple generations. That's how you get rid of the grown man business. When you take grown men and you change their opinion to follow and to go along with yours. Nah, it's still men out here that's gonna stand 10 toes down. It's, you know, everything Boosie said was right. Who is following Lil Nas X? Who is the majority of the people that consume his music? It's definitely not adults. It's definitely not adults. It's all children. And they leading all those children to go follow his videos and see him butt at. Come on, man. It's unacceptable. So again, man, I'm not gonna stay on this too long, man. Shout out to Lil Boosie, man. I highly respect it. Salute to you, my G. You know what I mean? And it's definitely still a lane for grown man business. It's definitely still a lane for the big boys, big dogs. You understand me? So you already know what time it is, man. It's grown man business. You know what I mean? At all times on this page. You already know how we giving it up, man. You know what I mean? You can tap in or you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. Feel me? We only going up. Shout out to all the subscribers, all the comments. I really appreciate the love. You know, we rocking and we growing at a nice pace. We're going to keep it up. We're going to keep the momentum going. So again, you already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. You can tap in or you can tap out. But you know my slogan. I suggest you tap in. Gang.